Hello tire friends, how are you? I'm back and today we're going to be talking about the Harmonized Tariff Schedule. And I'm going to be exposing how these trading companies are circumventing the federal excise taxes in the United States. But first of all, what is the HTS code? The HTS code is the code that you put in on your 7501 to explain to CBP what exactly is that you're importing. So when Hangsugi Tire USA brings a container of truck tires, we put the correct code, which is 40, 11, 20, 10, 15. This is the correct HTS code that you have to put in to bring in commercial truck tires to the United States. The worst kept secret about these codes is that unfortunately you can put a code that does not exist and sometimes it can go through customs. So there was one company I mentioned that really pissed me off in my first video of federal excise taxes, which is Viet Tire LLC. So we're in Import Genius and we can see Viet Tire LLC's imports. And as we can see, it says HS code 40, 11, 20, 70. The problem with that code is that it doesn't exist. So in my opinion, this is the way this trading company specifically is going around the federal excise taxes. I guess there's a glitch in the system that if you put that code in, that is not gonna show up to the IRS that, hey, you know, Viet Tire LLC's brought 50, 60 containers and they owe X amount in federal excise taxes. This really sucks because a lot of my customers in Fort Myers, Orlando, Tampa, Houston, LA, Chicago have fallen trapped to this specific importer that's not really paying the federal excise taxes. And the reason I know is that they're selling tires $20 below my cost landed with FET. I must remind everybody, putting the wrong code in for the item that you're bringing into the country, it's illegal. You should not do it, and stay away from people that do. And I must express, it really pissed me off. But when you add the $30 that they're missing, magically, I'm a good price. I must remind everybody, according to the Fifth Circuit, in my opinion, the beneficiary is the one who's responsible. So even if you had nothing to do with the freight, the consignee, the import record, or bringing the container, all you did was bring a container to your warehouse and then open it, and your invoice says that you're paying the FET, but the import record is really not paying it, you're on the hook. Now more than ever, it's very important to know who you're doing business with. A little background about me: I've been in the tire industry for the last 16 years selling container. I started helping my father doing invoices at the age of 14. I'm 34, so I'm 20 years in this game. I used to handle all the Aeolus business in the Caribbean. I used to handle Hangsugi in Europe. Here is some pictures of background of me when I was handling European business and also Caribbean business. This federal excise tax problem really needs to stop because it's hurting a lot of small businesses who, number one, are falling trapped to buying from these trading companies that are not paying the federal excise taxes, and number two, the local competition who is doing things the right way and people getting tires $30 below the cost, and then those same people that get it $30 below the cost sell it at the people who are doing the right things at their cost to the public. You guys are killing the market and you're killing yourself because you guys are just racking up 30 bucks every single time you sell those tires of unpaid federal excise taxes to your business. So believe me, eventually with hundreds of containers coming in, the IRS is gonna find out at some point, because this is just widespread. Everywhere I go, I see the issue. There's not one place in the United States that this issue is not happening. And the reason I know this is because one of my customers in the middle of nowhere, Shalakta, Pennsylvania, this company has 30 trucks, for the God's sakes. They've been my customer for over a decade and they're getting quotes from these trading companies without FET. Honestly, it just bumps up my blood pressure. So now people are asking, what's another tire brand that's coming into the United States without FET? Here it is, Dinastone and Dynalink. I got this beautiful price list, or ugly price list, from one of my friends in California. They were like, Juan, you know what? In your next video, you should put this up. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we're looking at Dinastone and Dynalink prices of TBR June 2025. As you can see, the bottom in the line green, you see 295.75 R22.5 Dynalink Evo D and the FOB price is 133, the FET is 29.43, but the landed price with DDP in Oakland, California is $175. Let's break down the numbers and see if they make sense. So 133.50 plus 29 is 163. Currently, the freight to the West Coast is $5,000, and when we divide that up between 294 tires, it's about $17, which means if you add 133.50, 29.43 plus 17 is 180. And then we haven't even added the 10% reciprocal tariff, the 4% importation duty, the inland freight to get the container out of the port, the DOT, the ISF, all the custom entry duties. And you know what? We're missing exactly $30. We're missing exactly $30. This 175 price, honestly, is bullshit. And the worst part is that it's happening. It's happening across the whole United States. It's happening in Miami. It's happening in Chicago. I feel really bad for everybody buying Dinastone because these people are just crooked. They're crooked to the bone, and they don't care who they're dumping the FET liability, and they're dumping it to people that I know. People that are working day and night selling these tires, thinking they're doing the right thing, thinking they got an invoice with FET, and they're paying these people the federal excise taxes that honestly they're not remitting. And let's be honest, the day I see these prices and I see it from one company in the United States, I'll believe it, and that's Amazon. If Amazon starts selling tires and Jeff Bezos stops looking at the stars and they start looking at tires and he decides to go diaper on us, if you don't know what the diaper game is, I suggest you go on Google. This guy lost $50 million. That's the day, you know what? I'll retire. I'll get out of the tire business because that means Jeff Bezos came here to conquer, and that's it. He's the only one that can lose $30 per tire, not these Chinese trading firms. All they're doing is just dumping that liability. They have offered it to me. It's just a disgrace. It's sick. Honestly, this has to stop, everybody. People buying these tires, you gotta seriously start asking the questions. Hey, where is the EFT? Now, talking about the EFT, attached up here is a blurred out version how Hangsugi Tire USA shows our customers the EFT. This is the actual confirmation payment of the federal excise taxes, and we in Hangsugi Tire USA are the only company across the whole United States doing this. And if you look, we will break down all the containers we bought, the customers, we block out customer names for privacy, but we unblur yours. We put your company name and we show how much we paid in your behalf. And every single quarter, I'm overseeing the 720, making sure this thing gets paid because this is very important. The last thing I want is my customers getting audited and then people calling me saying, hey, where's the EFT? Here it is. I send it to you every 3 months. You have it in your mailbox. Thank you. Have a great day. Another thing is one of my friends, new customer from Chicago, I met him in the Mid-America Trucking Show. This guy lost $60,000 with this type of scam because those containers got stopped at the port and he lost all his money. And now he cares about who he's buying from. Yes, I am $30 more, but the $30 is the federal excise taxes. So in reality, I am the market price. So everybody, please stay safe, watch out, report the scams, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy. Thank you.